saying. This free agency class isn't that strong. And now all of a sudden we're tripping because we're not signing all these people to lucrative deals. It just makes no sense to me. But let's go ahead, man. Let's get into it. Before we get into all that extra, bro, let's you know what? Yeah, let's start with this, man. Raiders lose a number of key starters today. A number. I mean, if you're paying attention closely, bro, I mean, you look at it, you lost 3 dudes that you would say cornerstones, right, of this defense, of what we're looking at, especially last year. Right now, we're gonna give our thoughts and what we think on each and every one of these guys right here. So we're gonna go in and go through, right, and talk about that. But before we do this, we'll talk about the re-signs after this. Let's talk about who we lost real quick. Let's start with, in my opinion, I think the biggest loss, right? Don't rank them of importance if that's what we're going to do. But the biggest loss for me is Spillane. It's Bob Spillane, bro. We missed out on Robert Spillane. Ends up signing elsewhere. But when I look at the deal parameters, dog, I think the man is getting close to $12.5 million a year. 3-year deal. And let me look at this for sure, right? And let me make sure, because when I did see, and I believe that is the number, but I'm going to just double check. But I believe that is the number. But honestly, when I saw the deal, a part of me was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I was shocked, dumbfounded even when I saw the deal, because I was like, dog, if it is $13 million a year, that is a tad steep. It's a tad steep. I ain't gonna lie. I don't, for Spillane, as much as I wanted to keep Spillane, I wouldn't have kept it at that pay range, right? But I do think it is a big loss, because you look at our team now, it's the biggest hole, right? Like, we don't have anybody to really fill that shit. If you're talking about like just Amari Gainer and fucking Tommy Eichenberg, that's it. That's all we have, right? So now looking, hold on, I'm just making sure. God damn, can I see the deal, the parameters of the deal? This is gonna make me mad. Sorry about it. Y'all already know, man. I gotta make sure I have the correct information up to date, bro. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's looking like damn near a $12.5, $13 million deal for Bob Spillane. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. I love Spillane. I wanted him back. But as Severe pointed out, and I have to agree, you can't pay a linebacker that amount of money and he's not a great coverage linebacker, right? Like Spillane is an okay coverage linebacker, but he ain't no coverage linebacker where I'm like, oh yeah, bro, like he out here covering and strapping shit up. Like, he's not doing that, right? There's an athletic ceiling and there's an athletic profile that he has that does sometimes limit him in certain aspects of the game, right? So in that regard, are you going to pay $13 million for a man that, you know, you're looking and he does things very good, especially the run. He does the run very good, but he's not playing all aspects like you would like from a linebacker making that type of money, right? So for me, bro, like Spillane is the biggest loss in my opinion. I would have loved to keep Spillane, but it's going to be a factor that we talk about amongst a lot of the guys that we have lost. The money is something that we just cannot overlook, dog. I mean, a lot of people are going to sit here and be like, oh man, Spy Tech is asleep. Spy Tech ain't doing shit. Blah, blah, blah. But really, in regards, bro, I think sometimes, and I said it multiple times, the best move is not to make a move, right? That's the best move sometimes, not to make a move. Give me 1 second. Hey, kid, back up. There you go. But best move sometimes not to make a move, bro. Sometimes we don't need to sit there and force money, right? Money, just because we're sitting there and we're like, oh man, we have a need. So New England gets him 3 years, damn near $13 million. And again, I would love to keep him, but there we go, right? There we go. So next guy, right, that I forgot, I didn't even add this to the thing. But next guy, and shout out to Raiders Resistance, of course, for our graphics as we do. But next guy that the Raiders have lost, Trayvon Merrick. And a lot of people were sad about Trayvon Merrick leaving. And I understand. I definitely understand. A lot of people were sad about that. But if you were on this channel and you've been talking with me for a minute. You know, I've been talking about the possibility of Trayvon leaving for a tad. It's not to blow my own horn or whatever the case, but it's to say we've been sitting on here talking about Trayvon leaving for a while. And the reasoning is, I think, very, very clear when you see who they kind of signed as a replacement, right? You kind of, and still, even as the replacement, there are still people saying that we need the deep third safety. So when you're looking, right, understand, I would have loved to keep Merrick too, but y'all see that number. That number says 3 years, $54 million for Trayvon Merrick. 3 years, $54 million. Like, look here. I know a lot of y'all fucked with Trayvon. I get it. But I ain't gonna cap. I'd have helped packed his bags for that amount of money. There's no way I'm paying Trayvon Merrick the 3 years, $54 million. It's just not happening, right? And I said it earlier today, bro. Again, when we turn back the clocks on Trayvon Merrick a year to this date, a lot of us were willing to let this man walk. Why? Because he was not playing the same position this motherfucker was playing to end the season off. To start the season, he was the deep third safety. And that's the reason why a lot of us said we might be able to let him go. Why? Because he wasn't doing the job that we thought he could be doing as the deep third. But then when we move him down towards the line of scrimmage, now all of a sudden we find the role. We find something suitable for him. Now all of a sudden the ties change. But understand, right? Let's not trip, because we already have a guy in the building that we re-signed that can do these things. And not only that, you got a guy that you just signed that can also do these things. We got bigger, right? We got a little bit more athletic. We got more versatile today. So give me 1 second. Hold on, man. Hold on. Give me 1 second. You know what I'm saying? So going in from there, right? Losing Merrick, it hurts. I understand, because we drafted some of these guys, and we got some of these motherfucking guys that we want to keep because of their draft status and their Raiders, we feel. But Cool Kev says it plain and bears. These motherfuckers done hit the lottery. The lottery. There's no way. Like, we can pay this type of money to Trayvon Merrick, bro. I'm sorry. I personally never thought he was worth that much money. Right. Now Javon Holland's still available. We'll see how that works. I mean, and we'll talk about who we replaced him with soon. But I'm not tripping off this. Again, Spillane was my biggest loss, in my opinion. That's the biggest loss. I'm not tripping off this. I'm just not. You feel me? Hey, man, like my man said, I want some screen time. I want these motherfuckers to hear me. He already got his own little Raider takes that he likes to mumble and yell out and shit right now. He getting himself right? He practicing for when he can come on screen type shit. But now we move on to, I guess if y'all want to say it's the biggest loss, I mean, some of y'all I've seen, and keep in mind, right? When I say y'all and I be talking like this generality, I'm on social media a lot, right? We on the X a lot. You can tap in with me. So I see majority of what the nation be saying, be on some of these social media sites, especially on X and most of the shit. A lot of people was tripping off Nate Hobbs leaving, right? Until what? Until we heard that motherfucking dollar amount. When I heard that dollar amount, I swear to you, I was drinking some juice and I spit that shit clear the fuck out. I spit it clear the fuck out. When I read this to you, there's no way. 4 years, I believe. How much? 58 mil, I think so. No way. No way would I ever sniff that deal. Fuck no. Look, hey, and I know some of y'all, that's your favorite player. And that's your favorite guy. And I understand, because I did like Hobbs. And again, when he's on the field, he was one of the better nickel corners in the league. Key words, when he was on the field. And it's not no coinky dink that the man then got a $50-something million contract, but only 12 of that is guaranteed. There's a reason. They didn't give him a whole bunch of money. It's because the man has missed 16 games in 3 years. It's just plain simple and fact, right? Now, again, a theme for all 3 of these players. I like all these players. I love them. But God damn it, dog, with 4 years for Nate Hobbs, foolish. Foolish. They probably know, and the Packers knew when they gave him the deal. He got some health issues. The motherfucker might not play all these games. That's why only 12 mil of it is guaranteed. That's a lot of fucking incentives on a 4-year contract. But see, this is the thing, bro. If y'all was willing to go to that dollar amount, may the Lord bless you. May the fucking Lord bless you if you were willing to go to this dollar amount. Me? Hell no. Hell no. And again, I feel like I keep saying that, but we keep talking about these certain things, and that's because we brought this up for months. We talked about this shit for months. All of y'all that be in the chats, all the rundown fam, we've talked about this shit for months. There is going, since the fucking season ended, a purge was going to happen. Whether you like the shit or not, a purge was going to happen. Some of these players that have been here for a minute have not contributed to the overall success of the team. So in that standpoint, everybody's willing to go. Everybody's job is on the line. There is no real loyalty within what we have in this new coaching staff. Why? Because none of these dudes drafted you nor know you. As far as John Spytek and Pete Carroll and all that shit. Now, we're going to talk about some of the re-signs, but some of the guys that we let go, bro, and if you're mad about that, you got to understand, there ain't no fucking loyalty within this goddamn new front office. They trying to make the fucking team better by any means necessary. All that Raider scholarship shit and we feel good and, oh, man, he's been here for so long, he deserves a reward and all that. No, that's no more. Can you play? What's the fucking production? What have we got from you? What have you contributed to? Right? Now, guess what? If we were going to mad playoff games and we were in the hunt and we were in the race, I'd probably tell you that some of these dudes come back, or you probably bite the bullet and give these dudes that bread because you're winning. They're contributing to winning. You got to fucking keep these guys so the needle doesn't move backwards. But real talk, bro, I mean, if we're going to sit here, oh, man, it's such a big loss. How fucking far back can the needle go from 4 wins? I mean, shit. Some of these dudes was on the field for the 4-win season. Some of these dudes was on the field when Josh McDaniels was here. This is the same shit, bro. These are the same players. It's not like we sitting here and all of a sudden these motherfuckers done turn the corner and all this extra shit, bro. Like, so we got to start taking the goggles off and stop being, oh, man, like, we have to look at their production. Now, this is where I get happy for me, bro. This is where I get happy for me. And we can go ahead and talk about this, man. But DJ, desperate money for desperate teams. Dog, the Panthers throwing Merrick that type of money is wild to me. It's wild. But then I remembered, it's the Panthers. Like, you feel me? You feel me? It's the Panthers. Now, the Packers giving Nate Hobbs that type of bread, I was like, But then I saw the contract and I was like, okay, you know, it ain't that, like, on their end, on their standpoint, from the Packers standpoint, they can afford that type of L if that don't work out, I guess, if that's what you want to say. We couldn't afford that type of shit, but they can. You know, they can. Raider Loso, Cobb's contract is nasty work. Hey, the Lord bless that man. You feel what I'm saying? If I was him, you take that 10 out of 10. You go to feed your fam. But as far as a team standpoint, that's when you got to shake the player's hand, right? You got to shake them hand, and you got to say thank you for your service. And you give them the pink slip. That's it. That's all you do. Spiel got paid but won't have to produce. Dog, Spiel got a bag too, man. And that's the one, like I said, that's the main one. I'm like, damn, I wish we could have kept Spiel, but Spiel got paid. So hey, you feel me? Made more power to him. But I'm not matching that shit. I'm sorry. I can't match it. Like Chris says, why are we paying a player that's not on the field? Right? We got to get some type of production. Hey, is this true? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Is it true the Chargers signed Najee Harris? Is that true? Let me know before I fuck around and say what I'm about to say. Let me know. Let me know. But if that's true, I have thoughts. And I definitely need to see the contract. I definitely need to see what he signed for. True? I see 2 trues, 1 false, 1 no, 1 yep. Hey, I need to see what they let's go ahead and wait before I say what I'm gonna say, but before I need to confirm that shit right there, bro. If he signed to the Chargers, I have thoughts. But boom. So that's the players that the Raiders have lost today, right? We got some players that we lost, and yeah, it seems like we're losing a lot. It seems like we're losing a lot. But honestly, I don't think we should be tripping about a lot of the losses we have, man. I really don't. Especially when we're looking and we have some of the re-signs that we do have.